Or I can learn my, well, anyway, yeah.
Well, welcome. This is the after show afterthoughts with my wonderful guest this evening, Margo Astrachan. There in person, you can see this powerhouse right there. She's such an inspiration for me, as for a woman in this business, to be able to have access to you. It's a wonderful thing. It's absolutely. So thank you so much for coming on the show, the radio program. Thank you for taking some time here. You know, it's really been interesting reading about you, seeing, and then hearing your journey. I want to ask you just one question because I'm not going to hold you long, but of your journey that you've had as a producer in this industry, which is not an easy industry, no matter who you are, male, woman, black, white, doesn't, it's not easy. What have you enjoyed the most?
I think the day of the SITS probe of On a Clear Day, you see forever,
Forever? Yes.
very iconic. And
Yes.
it was the first time that we heard the full orchestra with the gorgeous orchestrations. And we heard Harry singing.
Yes.
I thought, I have died and gone to heaven right now.
Well, he's so wonderful. I mean, he's so personable and so wonderful, and he just comes, his presence comes across the film, across the lights. You just want to say, yes, I know this person, and you don't know this person, but he's just so wonderful. So,
Well, that's an interesting thing about that because there are actors, then there are stars, and then there are personalities.
yes.
And Harry is a personality.
Yes.
So that's a different level of, he walks down the street, heads turn.
Yes.
There's something, there are just certain people like that.
Yes. Yes.
And they don't even know it, it's just part and
Mhm.
parcel.
Yeah.
But that was the most joyous morning, hearing that gorgeous orchestra with those gorgeous arrangements, yeah.
Well, that's a wonderful memory. That's a
Yeah.
wonderful memory. I really want to thank you because you are an inspiration, whether you know it or not. I think you're humble in your own way. But don't now listen, I'm gonna tell everybody, don't think that's a diva there. Don't think she's not a diva. She's a true diva now. Um, but inspiring in so many ways, to those of us around you, and who now will know your story. A lot of people don't know your story, your journey. Uh, so inspiring to make us relentless in our pursuit to continue on, to find our own focus and our own journey, to find that it's possible. I thank you for that. I do. I thank you for that.
Thank you, Lynnie. I think we enjoy being on the League of Professional Theater Women board together.
Mhm.
And there's a great joy in the accomplishments of all of us.
Yes.
I appreciate you and what you've been able to do. So,
Thank you.
it's a really nice thing. I think it's an industry where you have to support each other because it's so hard.
Yes, I
it-
agree.
it's not like making widgets. We need to, raise the price by a penny because steel went up.
Yeah.
It's not, doesn't
Not
work
like that.
way.
No. And in a way, and I don't know if it's been your experience, but in a lot of the productions that I've been a part of, whether I've directed them, whether I've produced them, whether I've been in them, you find family members. You spend so much time with them, and you find those people that you see yourself in, and you go, well, I like this person, and you you have the relationship with them past the production. And that's a lot of people don't get a chance to do that because they usually are in one job all the time. One time. They're always in one job. And we get a chance to make that journey to go from one, everyone wants a long run. Everyone wants, that's wonderful. But eventually it comes to an end some kind of way. You leave it or the show closes. And then you get a chance to maybe to start a whole nother experience. And I think that's the thing that I love about this. It's a never ending kind of I don't want to say journey. It's a never ending kind of thought process where well, this I never thought this is the end. This is I'll never do this again. I really I'm never going to stop doing this. I
Well,
just never
I think
had to.
also when you've been on a show with somebody and you see them, even years later, the sense of family, throw your arms around each other.
Yes.
If you get that working for, I don't know, widget company or something.
Yes. No, you don't though. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe there's a group that you have that with, but I think it stops kind of when the job stops.
Mhm.
My husband was a corporate financial analyst for Exxon, and he did that for 35 years. And now in retirement, he took early retirement. And the relationships that he had all those years, I really enjoyed being a corporate wife as well as a performer at the same time. But when everybody retired and that phase ended, everybody just kind of went their own way. And we do that in our show business, but when you see them again, it's like you saw them yesterday.
Yeah.
And you have these men, you remember when we did this? And remember, that moment on the stage when you did so and so and so and so. It's a joyous kind of I think life. And a lot of people are envious of it because they think that it's not work. They think that we play all the time. Hello for that. It's not play.
Well,
But
people still remind me, years ago, it was sort of summer camp, but it was also regional, in
Mhm.
upstate New York. And
Mhm.
the town was invited to the productions, even though it was sort of amateur. And we were doing Peter Pan,
Mhm.
and the recording of the dog Nana failed. And I was the only cast member that could bark. So, so
Oh, no.
I was playing the mother. I had to run off stage and bark and come back.
You see, I mean, there are no memories like that.
You can't make that up.
Yeah. No, you can't. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I mean, there's so many different things. I was talking about the people that you meet in this business. There's some people who have such great longevity, and I think I really thank God for my longevity because when I got into this business and was on Broadway and the attention that I got, it was really wonderful. But I wasn't really ready for the longevity of all of that. I needed to mature. I needed to find out things. I needed to really have something to say. And so it took me a long time. It took a while. And at first you want to go, I want to, why isn't this happening for me? And then you go, now, if it happens for you, are you ready for it? Are you really ready for it?
Mhm.
And so as I've seen that, I really am grateful for the time. But then there are other people who are comets. I was really, really very fortunate, not only to work with him, but um, this man introduced me to my husband. So he became like a family member.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
it was Gregory Hines.
Oh,
Gregory and I did UB together. And so he and Maurice and I became like family. He was best man at our wedding, and everybody was at the wedding while we were on Broadway. And he used to, I remember coming from a party and Gregory, so I said, well, I'm getting ready to leave because, I don't do parties a whole lot. I don't party a whole lot. I have a lot of energy and then I'm gone. It's gone. And so I said, well, I'm getting ready to leave. And he said, well, no, I'm going to leave with you. And of course, most of the women in the room were like really sad because everybody loved Gregory. And so we're walking down the street and he said, so Lynnie, what are you going to do next? I mean, what are you, and I said, well, Gregory, I'm kind of tired. I said, I did the showcase to this. I was the only one who did the backers auditions. Now we're on Broadway. Now we're getting ready to do the Showtime production. I said, I'm tired. He said, but I'm not. I've got it. I've got some other things that I want to do, and I've got, this in hand. And it was like he had a mission. And there he shines so beautifulully, and then he's gone. And he was one of those people. I thought, as I get older, I'm going to sit in the chair. We're going to sit back and remember all the, because he was, the hijinks that he would do on stage. You just don't want to know. We'd be in a big finale, and here would be Gregory. We'd be tapping, all split up, and Gregory would just tap over to you and start talking. While he's tapping and doing it. And you go, Gregory, you're going to get us all fired. Would you please go back where you were? Would you please go back to where you were? I mean, just a wonderful, the difference in longevity, the comments, the kinds of people that you meet. It can never be replaced with it.
I knew his manager.
You knew a Stan?
No, Irv Siders.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, coincidentally. Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Stanley K was Maurice's. I forget. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was a great old guy. He's a great old guy.
He was.
Yeah. Well, with that said, I want you to really be able to go and have, if you haven't had a meal, to have your meal and spend the rest of your week. You too. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It was I enjoyed
we have conversations to have, because you and I really do want to plan some things, for the future. And
yes, I'm happy to do
conversations. And I thank you again for the opportunities that you've given me thus far.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, everyone. Thank you. We thank you. Hold on, Margo. I'm gonna end this recording, and I just will need you for a second more. I want to thank you all so very much for listening to this, and we'll see you on the radio. Listen to that hour. You hear so many wonderful stories. It's her story, but it's also such wonderful information that she has really shared with us. Well, and thank you for listening. See you next time. Lynnie Godfrey.